get so mad. But in the paper, it must be true.
Minnesota, in the lower regions of the high country. In the middle of Lake Saldebane, Boris Badenov and his partner Natasha were enjoying the tranquility of unspoiled nature, the warm sunshine, the fresh air.
Boris, why you're coughing?
I'm used to breathing good old city smog, Natasha. This fresh air is killing me.
Then why we're here in this silly boat?
It's not a silly boat, it's a glass-bottom boat.
Sounds pretty silly to me.
Look down there, Natasha. What do you see?
I see funny-looking nose, little mustache. Looks very familiar.
It should. That's my reflection. I forgot to clean the glass. Wait. There. Now what do you see?
I see great big X.
Aha! We are in the right spot.
Right spot?
Of course. Look here at this treasure map. X marks it this spot.
Treasure map?
This is map showing the lost treasure of Monte Zoom.
You mean Montezuma, old Aztec Indian?
No, Monte Zoom, the big race car driver.
Was he rich?
Was he rich? Just ask me.
Okay, was he rich?
Rich enough to bury a treasure at the bottom of this lake, that's all, honey bun.
Yeah, but how do we get it?
Easy. We blow up the dam and let the water run out.
But if we blow up dam, water will rush down on innocent people and frostbite falls.
True, true.
Oh, Boris, you are mean, sneaking, no good Nick.
I know. Mr. Wonderful, that's I.
And so the two villains prepared to blow up the dam, never remembering that our heroes, Bullwinkle and Rocky, always arrive in the ta-da nick of time.
Don't be silly. I want them to arrive in the ta-da nick of time.
You do?
And I'm ready. Observe. World's only patented Dreamsville moose horn.
Dreamsville Moosehorn.
Sure, when I blow it, moose will forget about everything else in the world.
Including dynamite.
Right. Bullwinkle really digs that crazy cool Northwood sound.
But what about Squirrel?
For him, I got a gun.
Just plain gun.
Look, I can't be tricky all the time. I got other things to think about. Now let's put dynamite on them.
Meanwhile, not too far away as the crow flies. That's me! Were Bullwinkle and Rocky, charter members of the Frostbite Falls Bird Watching and Pinochle Society.
Unfortunately, today is the day for bird watching.
Put down one crow, Bullwinkle.
One crow.
You spell that with a C, friend.
Oh, thanks.
No E on the end.
Get out of here, you smart aleck crow.
Bullwinkle, that's one of our little feathered friends.
Friends, my eye. I joined the club to watch them. I don't have to like them.
Well, here, it's your turn to take the glasses. I'll write down all the birds you see.
Okay, let's see. One tufted titmouse.
Check,
One black-capped chickadee.
check,
No, chick.
check, check.
Chickadee?
No, check.
Forget it. Put down robin redbreast.
Okay.
One yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Check.
No, cross that out. I can't stand a coward.
Oh, come on, Bullwinkle.
All right. Say, there's a big-nosed fuse lighter.
A big-nosed fuse lighter, male or female?
There's one of each.
Let me see those glasses. Bullwinkle, those are saboteurs.
One or two bees.
We gotta stop them.
And desert my bird-watching post. Never.
And Bullwinkle, our hero, mind you, refused to move. While on the dam, the fuse burns shorter and shorter. Don't miss our next episode, Floodwaters or Drown in the Valley.
A long, long time ago, more than a year in fact, a little girl lived with her mother in a little house on the edge of a deep wood. It was a pretty house, and she was a pretty girl. Her name was Trissanelda Wolfenpickel. But she had such lovely golden curls that everybody called her Goldilocks, which you must admit was just as well. Now, Goldilocks had just one bad fault. She was very careless, especially with things that belonged to other people. Children who let her play with their toys always wished that they hadn't. One day, Goldilocks decided to take a walk into the deep woods. It was going to be a long walk, so she packed a lunch and borrowed her father's compass to show her the way. And off she went. Well, about 2 sandwiches, a banana, and 4 prunes later, she decided to start back. But the compass now acted very strangely. She started toward what she thought was home, but the first thing you know, she was walking in circles. Only she didn't know it.
Look, footprints. If I follow them, I'm bound to get out of these woods eventually.
So Goldilocks wearily trudged round and round in the same old circle for hours. Then, alone and scared, she covered herself with a cloak. Well, almost. And shivered her way through the long, cold night. Now, just a little way from where she lay stood an odd-looking house. The home of the Bear family, Papa, Mama, and little Oswald.
Breakfast is ready.
Looks good.
Oh, Oswald, stop shouting.
That wasn't me. It was Pop.
Why, Bruce Bear.
Hot.
What?
Now what? Hot is hot.
It's supposed to be hot.
Not that doggone hot.
Oh, all right. Why don't we take a little walk until it cools off a bit?
So the 3 bears set out on their walk, leaving their breakfast on the table. Meanwhile, back at the old oak tree, Goldilocks suddenly woke to a wonderful smell of hot porridge. She followed the smell right to the cottage. There was nobody home, but a little thing like that didn't bother Goldilocks.
Oh, joy, breakfast. Oh, that's too hot. I'll put some milk on this one. Oh, Pa, that makes it too cold. This one looks just right.
And it tasted just right, too, clear to the bottom of the bowl. Then, because she hadn't had much sleep the night before, Goldilocks began to feel tired.
Oh, these chairs look good. Oh, dear, this one's much too high. And this one's much too low. But this one is just right.
So, Goldilocks rocked and rocked in Oswald's tiny chair until one time she rocked just a little too far. But Goldilocks didn't care. After all, it wasn't her chair. Still, she needed a place to rest, so upstairs she went to lie down in one of the beds. Papa's bed looked pretty inviting, but it was too hard. While Mama's bed was much too soft, but little Oswald's bed was, well, you guessed it, just right. So Goldilocks quickly dropped off to sleep just as the bears returned from their walk.
I thought I told you to close the door, Oswald.
I did.
Perhaps somebody's been here while we were gone.
Oh? Anybody here? Oh, what the ding-dong! Somebody's been eating my porridge!
Somebody's been eating my porridge.
Somebody's been eating my porridge and didn't leave spoon one.
Look in the other room, Bruce.
Somebody's been rocking in my chair!
Somebody's been rocking in my chair.
Somebody's been rocking in my chair, and were they ever heavy?
Bruce, someone's upstairs.
Careful now, there may be trouble. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
Somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and here she is.
Oh!
Things got pretty frantic then. Until Goldilocks dashed out of the house and ran all the way home.
Now, Bruce, she's only a people. She doesn't know any better.
And I'll bet she sure learned a good lesson.
Well, that was true. From that time on, Goldilocks was as careful as could be of everybody's things, even her own. So, of course, she lived happily ever after. And after a little house cleaning and mending, so did the 3 bears.
Three days from today, make sure you're here for Nickelodeon's Kids Pick the President election. Watch the Ozone. Watch for the phone number. Keep watching Nick.
I
I am hungry. So hungry.
A rapping rhino?
My name is DJ Rhino. I've been looking left and right for a cereal that will bore me, but there isn't one in sight.
Well, don't use your eyes. Just follow your nose to a fruit flavor surprise. Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal.
Fruit Loops?
Orange.
Lemon.
Cherry and lime. Part of a complete breakfast. That really makes them fine.
I got a colorful breakfast.
Another Fruit Loops fan.
And I got great taste.
Like me, Toucan Sam.
Yo, Sammy. Totally fresh.
One kid's meal right away. Can you make that too? Now Burger King and Disney's Goof Troop are gonna bowl you over with fun pullback bowling toys. It's Goofy, PJ, Max, and Pete. You can collect all four, one with every kid's meal, only at Burger King, where the Goof Troop is waiting for you.
Right away at Burger King now.
I am the Eliminator. I bring you 7 awesome solving weapons all in one. The Power Dagger, the Power Sword, the Laser Sword, the Army Machine Gun, the Bayonet Machine Gun, the Cyber Gun. Alone they're incredible. Together they're unstoppable. Now it's in your hands. The Eliminator TS7. The Eliminator TS7. 7 awesome weapons with lights and sounds. Batteries not included.
I love to play horseshoes. I bet I get a ringer the first time. Whoops. Well, I'll get it this time.
Oh, dear, but what are you trying to do, son?
Well, I'm trying to play horseshoes, Dad.
Here, let me have those.
Wow! How'd you ever learn to do that?
Practice, Junior, practice.
I smell a moral coming up.
Correct. Practice makes perfect, which brings to mind a fable entitled The Coyote and the Jackrabbits. Most rabbits are so poor that they're forced to live in a hole in the ground. But Hasty J. Rabbit is not most rabbits.
Wallace?
You called, sir?
Yes. Did you take that truckload of money into the bank?
I did, sir.
Good. Now, bring a bottle of my finest carrot juice, vintage 69.
I'm afraid there's no time for that, sir. You're due at the track.
In case you're wondering, Hasty J. Rabbit made his fortune at the races, not by betting, by running. 7 days a week, Hasty outran the dogs, but years of this killing pace began to take its toll.
I've had it. I can't run another step.
Without crossing the finish line, he was finished.
Hasty, your racing days are over unless you go away for a nice long rest. It's either that or an operation.
Come now, Doctor. Let's not be splitting hairs.
So off they went, deciding that the peaceful quiet of the desert would be just the thing.
Wallace, my carrot juice.
Sorry, sir, they don't grow carrots in the desert.
But they did grow coyotes, big, mean ones.
I'm your next-door neighbor.
Hasty considered this to be a rather strange way of greeting one's neighbor, and he became more convinced of this when, during his bath...
Don't forget to wash behind the ears, neighbor.
And even that night when he went to bed...
Night, neighbor.
This went on for 3 weeks until...
The desert isn't agreeing with me, Wallace.
It's that ruffian coyote, sir. He's making a nervous wreck of you.
We might as well pack our things and go back east.
Oh, let's not be hasty. Suppose you engaged the coyote in a legitimate fight and thrashed him soundly. I'll wager he'd bother you no more.
This sounded logical, so Hasty instructed his faithful servant to deliver the challenge.
'Tis done, sir. He agrees to meet you in the ring 2 weeks from today.
Is that all he said?
No, he told me to give you something.
Then give it to me.
Very well, sir.
Early the next morning, training got underway.
I'm afraid this is all a waste of time. I'll never be able to beat that coyote.
You will with practice, sir. Just leave it to me. Now, this is called road work. When I fire this pistol, you take a brisk 5-mile jaunt. Ready? Get set. Sorry about that, sir. This time, I'll use a water pistol to start you off.
Oh, good idea.
On your mark, get set. hard water.
All right, so road work is important. But be careful this time.
Oh, no need to worry, sir. This time I'll use my finger instead of a gun. Ready?
No, but go ahead anyway.
On your mark, get set.
By this time, Hasty had progressed far enough to take on a sparring partner.
All right, sir. Now get in there and...
Don't point your finger.
Sorry, sir. I merely wish to instruct you to pretend that your sparring partner is the coyote.
No, good idea.
Hiya, neighbor!
What do you mean, pretend? That was the coyote.
My apologies, sir. He was the only partner I could get.
Look, every time we try this road work bit, I get hurt. This time you do the running, and I'll fire the gun.
Oh, you can't do that, sir. The gun isn't loaded.
Really? You're right. It isn't loaded. Now...
Their training program completed, the fateful day of the big fight arrived.
I think I'm overtrained, Wallace. I can't even lift my hand.
You won't have to, sir. I'll take care of everything.
At the sound of the bell, the faithful servant grabbed a section of a nearby cactus, swung, and launched his master into the fray with such force that... So you see, my boy, it's quite obvious that practice makes perfect.
It seems more obvious to me, Pop, that in this case, cactus makes perfect.
By golly, Junior, I do believe you got the point.
Were preparing to blow up a dam in order to find hidden treasure.
Yes, it's the lost treasure of Monte.
Not now it isn't, darling.
What you mean, Natasha? He said like a good straight man.
Now it's the found treasure of Montezuma.
Oh, boy.
And although our hero Bullwinkle spotted the villains while birdwatching, he refused to go after them.
Never!
But this is more important than bird-watching, Bullwinkle. If they blow up the dam, think of what'll happen to all those poor people in Frostbite Falls.
Those poor people will get mighty soggy.
Well, let's go.
Not so fast, Rock. We're the heroes, remember?
So
the heroes always arrive in the ta-da nick of time. I don't want to show up early and spoil the suspense.
And I don't want to show up late and get blown up.
You got a point there. Heck with the suspense. Let's go!
But what Bullwinkle and Rocky didn't know was that Boris Badenov was waiting for them with not one, but two weapons. A Dreamsville moose horn and a squirrel gun.
I blow moose horn and Moose forgets all about dynamite until kaboom!
And what about Squirrel? He also get kaboom?
No, for him is pum pum with squirrel gun.
And so as Bullwinkle and Rocky dashed onto the dam and reached for the fuse, Boris raised the fatal Dreamsville moose horn to his lips and
the one and the two and...
Boris. Boris.
Natasha, I think I've lost my lip.
I think you got a duck horn instead of a moose horn.
Could be you're right. Kinda crazy sound, though.
Real cool, Daddy-o, but it doesn't stop Moose and Squirrel.
Don't worry, I still got squirrel gun.
So use it.
Okay, ready, aim, fire. What's that?
Boris, we forgot. There's no violence allowed on television anymore. Well, Bullwinkle, we did it. We arrived in the ta-da nick of time.
We always arrive in the ta-da nick of time. The ta-da nick of time.
You said that.
I know, I just love to go ta-da.
Well, all is lost, Natasha. Might as well throw away the treasure map.
Why not just pull the plug at the bottom of lake?
Pull the plug?
Yes, look.
Raskolnikov!
Sure enough, the treasure map indicated a large plug at the bottom of Saldabane Lake.
See, the chain leads to this float in the middle of the lake.
So a little later, Boris was at the float and tugging at the chain that would empty the lake and reveal the lost treasure of Montezuma. A little later, he was still tugging. Much later, he was still tugging.
Oh, boy, this thing is heavy. We need someone to help us.
But who?
Gee, I wonder what happened to the saboteurs who were trying to blow up the dam.
Well, they wouldn't hang around.
Help! SOS, help!
What's that?
Sounds like somebody in trouble on the lake. Come on!
And within a few minutes, Bullwinkle had splashed his way to the side of Boris's boat.
What's all the trouble?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Spencer Traceback, the famous actor.
Yeah, I saw you in that picture about the old man fighting with the great big fish. Keen picture.
Thanks, Kit. But I got it a fish here that's even bigger and I need help to drag it in.
Well, I'm your man.
Moose.
Yeah, Moose.
And Bullwinkle began pulling on the chain, which would pull the plug, which would empty the lake, which would uncover the treasure, which would...
Mister, you got a bad case of which woods there.
I know. Anyway, be with us next time for A Leak in the Lake or The Drain Maker.
Hang tight. Nickelodeon's Moose-a-Rama will be right back.
Is this the van to Super Van City?
Sure is.
1, 2, 3, 4! You can get into town. Super Van City. Just fold it on down. Micro machines taking over the place. With real racing dragsters ready to race. Working bridges and an airport too. A car wash serving you. Super Van City. Micro machines.
The Micro Machines Super Van City. You put it together, fold it up, take it away. Vehicle pack sold separately.
Hey, Playman, can I come to the game?
Game? I almost forgot. But what about my Kellogg's Double Dip Crunch? I can't go without that doubly frosted six-sided sweetness.
It's amazing what people will do for more of that doubly sweet, doubly frosted taste. Kellogg's Double Dip Crunch. Part of this complete breakfast you can't go without.
Sweet.
How do you cure boredom? With board games! Mini Clue Jr. out of control and sorry. Free on specially marked boxes of Kellogg's Double Dip Crunch.
Doctor, my belly aches.
You got butterflies in your stomach.
You got a Charlie horse.
Operation.
A broken heart of corn.
Operation.
The whitest cramp is true.
Operation.
And I'm the doctor for you.
Operation. Remove the pieces and collect your fee, but don't touch the sides.
Water on the knee.
Operation.
$1,000 fee.
Operation.
Pay a rib or two.
Operation.
I'm the doctor for you.
Next, please.
Operation from Milton Bradley.
You are in the O-Zone. And now back to Nickelodeon's Moose-a-Rama.
Hi, poetry people. Today's poem is the saga of a singing waiter, Tommy Tucker. That's me. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he have? Brown bread and butter. How shall he...
Waiter?
Sir?
How's the Irish stew tonight?
Oh, the taters are old and the meat is a fright. Everything is left over from Saturday night. We sweep it all up, put it into a pot, and tell you it's real Irish stew that we got.
What about the chicken liver?
Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away, 2, 3, 4. There, they embalm our chicken liver, and that's what you get today.
Maybe I'll just have salad with Russian dressing.
Russian dressing! Tomatoes, beets, and ketchup. We used to make it red. Just put it on your salad, and you'll wish that you were dead. Hey!
Psst. Tommy Tucker, I got something for you.
What is it, boss? My brown bread and butter?
No, this.
How about that? 5 minutes on the job, and already I got a raise.
In the last episode, Bullwinkle and Boris were trying to pull the plug out of the bottom of Lake Saldabain. The reason is that at the bottom of the lake, in this waterproof casing, lies the treasure of Monte.
Yes, and I'm going to get it back, or my name isn't, what's his name? Yeah, Spencer Traceback.
Of course, Bullwinkle thought he was helping Spencer Traceback, the actor, drag in a big fish.
Just like in the movies. Boy, he must be a whopper.
No, he's a bluefin toonie.
That anything like a piano toonie?
But before Boris could answer with still another tired joke, the plug pulled loose and the water began to rush out of the lake.
Oh, I think we lost him. And small wonder you're not using a hook.
It must have fallen off. Well, I guess it's back to the salt mines. If someone would only dive down and find the hook.
Gee, why don't I do it, Mr. Traceback?
Oh, I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Then why are you pushing me?
But if you insist...
And Bullwinkle suddenly found himself in the water.
Boris, if he dives down, he will find treasure.
He'll also find the hole that's draining the lake.
Sure enough, far beneath the water, Bullwinkle was struggling against the pull of the water, running out of the hole at the bottom of the lake. Fortunately, his plight had not gone unseen.
Hold on, Bullwinkle, I'm coming.
And Rocky, that plucky squirrel, launched himself into a fancy swan dive. But as luck would have it, at that moment, the last of the water drained out of the lake. There was Rocky, out like a light. Boris and Natasha free to get the treasure, and Bullwinkle Moose... Well, good heavens, where is he?
Right down there, Poopsie.
Yes, our hero had disappeared down the drain.
Right.
But, gee, that means that there are no good guys left.
Funny how that works out. Come on, Natasha.
And with no one to stop them, the two villains went directly to the huge waterproof casing that shielded the treasure of Montezuma. Fortunately, the waterproof casing turned out to be villain-proof, too.
Hold it, Natasha. I'm bushed. If I got to work this hard to get rich, I might as well get a job.
Oh, Boris, what you said.
Meanwhile, Rocky had come to his senses and was standing beside the hole where Bullwinkle had been pulled from sight.
There's only one thing to do. I gotta fly down there after him.
And adjusting his goggles, the plucky squirrel zoomed down into the hole.
Oh, such loyalty, Boris. It kind of gets you right here.
Yes, Natasha, and I'm going to do something about it, too.
What?
I'm going to plug up the hole.
And the wily Boris slammed the plug back into place and stamped it down tight, trapping our heroes far underground where they were zooming through the water supply system of Frostbite Falls. Our scene now changes rather abruptly to the interior of an apartment house in the suburbs of Frostbite Falls, where Nellie was a lady last night she died, told the bell for... Oh, rats, what happened to the hot water? It's a bird, let's have some hot water up here!
You got all there is. Turn the tap on all the way.
Oh, very well. Nellie was a lady last night, told the bell for lovely Nell, my sweet Virginie bride. Oh, for cry, it's a monster!
No, I'm more of a second tenor.
How'd you get in there?
Never mind that. The real question is, how am I going to get out?
Yes, Bullwinkle was jammed into a bend in the water pipe, and what's more, it was a hot water pipe.
Yeah, I'm getting the world's first instant hot foot.
Instant hot foot?
Take 1 foot and add boiling water.
Don't miss our next episode, Bullwinkle Cleans Up, or The Desperate Showers.
Get Smart is next, so why not play along with a little game of Follow the Leader? It's easy.
Just watch me and do exactly as I do.
And it's relatively safe, so follow the Bouncing Max on Get Smart.
Remember, experience isn't everything.
Next on Nick at Night.
Friday, you get to pick the president. Thursday, you've got to get the facts. Who Wants to Be President? On Nick News Special Edition. Thursday at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Nick.
Ah, a warm, comfy fire in the woods.